Clerk of Court Live. My name is Joyce Martinez. I am the Assistant Chief Deputy Clerk of Civil Division for the Honorable Dorothy Brown, Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. I will be your host this evening. You may view Clerk of Court Live on CAN TV on Channel 21 or at cantv.org/hotline. This is also a live call-in show. We welcome questions and comments from our audience. You can call in at 312-738-1060. Please note the contact information for the Office of the Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. We're headquartered in the Davie Center at 50 West Washington with other locations throughout Cook County. Our telephone number is 312-603-5031, and our website is cookcountyclerkofcourt.org. Today I am elated to introduce Mr. Gary Smith, who is a manager of the Criminal Department, who's going to share information about preparing for the adult, specifically for adults, for the 2019 Expungement Summit, Second Chance Expungement Summit, that's going to be held at Westinghouse College Prep on June 1st, 2019. Welcome, Mr. Gary Smith.
Thank you, Joyce. It is a pleasure to be on Clerk of the Court Live.
Now, can you tell the audience just a brief synopsis about like how long this Expungement Summit has been going on, the 2019 Expungement Summit, but how long have we been having this?
Yeah, and thank you, Joyce. You know, we're proud to acknowledge that this will be the 15th year that the Clerk of the Circuit Court, Ms. Dorothy Brown, is hosting and sponsoring her annual Expungement Summit. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and we prepare year-round for the Expungement Summit, but we're so happy that year after year we continue to help people get their records expunged or sealed.
Now, please note on the overhead, Mr. Gary Smith, can you tell us where that Second Chance Expungement Summit is going to be held again, and the address?
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely, we have it at different locations every year. And this year, on June 1st of 2019, we will hold our Expungement Summit at the Westinghouse College Prep, and that's located at 3223 West Franklin Boulevard in Chicago, Illinois.
Now, what time do the doors open?
The doors will open at 8:30 a.m. and it will close promptly at 6 p.m.
Now, what's a very important something that we need to tell our audience this year? Like, do they have a new process this year?
That's a very good, and this is essential, Joy. So thank you, for let's getting that out early, that there is a new process that we've never had before in our expungement summits, and that's that all of our applicants for expungement and sealing of their criminal records, they must register. And I just have to overemphasize that. You can't come to the summit with your paperwork and expect to be seen this year. This year, it requires that anyone who wants to have their records expunged or sealed must register.
Register manually, or are they registering online?
They must go online and register at Cook County clerkofcourt.org/second chance. And again, that's Cook County clerkofcourt.org/second chance. All one word.
Wow. Now, can you explain to me the difference between sealing a case and expunging a case?
Well, that's, at the heart of what we do, Joyce. And the difference between expungement and sealing of criminal records is that expungement allows your record to be taken out of public view. And let me just back up a second in terms of letting you know that the Clerk of the Circuit Court, we are the keeper of criminal records. And criminal records, except for juvenile cases, are public records. They can be accessed from the public, and someone can come to find out the criminal history of Gary Smith.
Wow.
For all adult cases. Juvenile cases are kept out of public view, but an expungement allows your criminal records to be taken out of public view. So you can't come, an employer or a private company cannot come and view your criminal records if your cases have been expunged. Now, with a sealing of criminal records, it's the same process for the clerk of the circuit court. They can be taken out of public view, but law enforcement, under a sealing, law enforcement maintains their records. And, even though a private individual can't go to law enforcement, other law enforcement agencies share the information. And with the sealing, the law enforcement keeps their criminal records.
So why is it important for people to know about these services?
Well, it's essential for people who are applying for employment, and sometimes the employer will not let them know that they've done a criminal background check, and that they have found something out of their past, sometimes that people don't even remember that they have on their background, but they deny them unemployment, or they can deny them housing, or they can even deny them credit if they found out that they have a criminal background.
Wow. So can you tell me what kind of cases are eligible to be sealed
Now that's
or expunged?
That's a very good question in terms of the types of cases, because people will come to the summit, and they will ask if these particular cases are expungible. But one caveat that I must note is that the clerk of the circuit court, Ms. Dorothy Brown, has been doing exceptional work throughout the years in terms of not only expunging and sealing records, but she's gone to Springfield and had the laws changed. So now in 2019, it's a very exciting time for people who are interested in getting their criminal backgrounds expunged or sealed, because there are a number of cases now. We started doing expungements 19 years ago, and there were only a very select few cases that were eligible for expungement. But since Clerk Brown has been in office, she's had the laws changed, along with a number of other public officials who've gone and had the laws changed for what can be expunged and what can be sealed. A lot of nonviolent cases used to be, and if you had a conviction, were not eligible for expungement. But now there are a number of cases that can be expunged and sealed. Even convictions can be expunged now. And so, we ask people, to call our office, or when they register for our expungement, they can get a copy of their rap sheet. And the rap sheet will be able to tell them, what cases that they've had. And when they bring their rap sheet along with any certified dispositions of the criminal cases, we should be able to let them know which cases are eligible for expungement and or sealing.
So that's good that you're doing it ahead of time, because that actually can let the person know, whether or not their record can be sealed ahead of time. So this is great that you're able to do this online now. Can you tell me if a person doesn't have a scanner or a computer, what can they do? Because you mentioned that they have to do these online. So if they don't have a scanner or a computer, can they go to other places to do it?
Yes, Joyce, and I want to make sure I get the exact information for the agencies and organizations that are assisting, people who don't have a computer and are not able to scan their rap sheets and criminal records over to our office. They can go to the North Lawndale Employment Network, and they're located at 3936 West Roosevelt in Chicago. Or they can go to Team Work Inglewood, and they're located at 815 West 63rd Street, Suite 2 in Chicago, Illinois. Or they can go to Thread, the Rock Enterprise and Development Corp., and they're located at 11320 South Halsted in Chicago, Illinois. And they can assist you with, if you bring in your rap sheet and your certified dispositions, they can assist you with registering online and bringing the necessary documents that are needed in order for you to be able to register. So you'll be prepared when you come to our summit to see an attorney and for them to look over your information and determine your eligibility for expungement and or sealing.
Okay. How can a person get a rap sheet?
Another good question, especially, if you have cases that, are years old, it may be, difficult. Where do I go to get a rap sheet? Well, you have to go to the Chicago Police Department, and they're located at 3510 South Michigan Avenue. They're Access and Review Department. So when you walk right in the door, you can go right to their Access and Review Department and request a copy of your rap sheet. You can request a rap sheet Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's when you go in to be fingerprinted. You can go in and they'll fingerprint you, and then it takes a few days for them to run your record, so you may have to go back. So that's why if anybody wants to register for the Expungement Summit on June 1st, we advocate for you to go as soon as you possibly can to the Chicago Police Department, again at 35th in Michigan, Access and Review, to get fingerprinted, and so they can not give you, because it's $16. I want to make sure everyone understands that it's $16 to get a copy of your rap sheet, and it takes a few days for them to get your rap sheet back, and you go back and get it and have it in enough time to register online for the Expungement Summit and have those necessary documents for June 1st.
Okay. What if a person doesn't register ahead of time? Should they still come to the Expungement Summit?
Well, Joyce, inevitably, there's going to be a number of people, who did not register, weren't able to get over to one of our agencies, to help with the registration, but they have the necessary documents. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to take 500 people. So, we're trying to emphasize to people that people be registered in order to take advantage of the attorneys and the resources that we have available. But there will be a number of community organizations and agencies and corporations who will be there, who are looking for qualified applicants for employment. We have a number of agencies that will be there that will help with all types of social service issues that can help people with housing, employment, and a number of different things. So we'll have people there, and there'll be a number of references and resources there to help the community.
Wow, that's really, really good to hear. Do they also have seminars there? I've heard something about seminars there.
Absolutely. You know, while people are waiting to be seen by an attorney, they will be able to have different agencies that will put on seminars in regards to reentry, in regards to employment, in regards to the types of services that their agencies offer. And it's really good. And a lot of people have told us, as well as getting their records expunged and sealed, they really get motivated.
Oh, we have a caller, Gary.
Okay, that's great. That's what we're here for.
Okay. Caller, you want to ask your question?
Yes, I'm listening to the program, which is providing a lot of information, but I haven't heard anybody say anything about whether or not there are fees associated with filing for the expungement.
Thank you, caller. That's a great question.
And thank you very much for that, because we could have went on talking about the Expungement Summit for days and not really got into the cost. The Expungement and Sealing Summit are totally free. We don't charge for any of the services that we will provide on Saturday, June 1st, but for filing of an expungement or for the sealing, there is a cost. There's a filing fee of approximately $142. I know if the fees haven't gone up, and it's $129 to file with the clerk of the circuit court, plus there's a mailing fee to send you your information back. So it's approximately $142 to file for an expungement and or a sealing. But if for any reason the applicant has determined that they are not able to pay for the $142, we will have judges there at the summit, and you can fill out a fee waiver, and the judges will determine from your how much money you make, either this year or last year, how much money you make, whether or not you're eligible for what they call a 298 petition. And it's a petition that will allow the court to waive your fees for expungement or sealing.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
caller.
you, caller.
Thank you. Now, I just want to get back to the fact that, you know, we have lots of services. We have seminars and things of that nature there at the summit, and just wanting to encourage people to come to this summit. Have you ever had any success stories that you would like to share as far as, you know, being at the summit?
Oh, every year there are people, you know, who come up to us and thank us, you know, for the services that we provide. They didn't realize that their criminal background was a hindrance to them obtaining employment or an apartment, a place to stay, you know, credit cards. And then what happens is once they come to the summit and they see the services that we offer and what these services can help the individual, their children, you know, their mate, they really thank us, because at some point there were a number of people who were being hindered from getting employment, but once they get their record expunged or start the process of expunging their records, then they'll find that employers, and we have a number of employers who are there who will hire people with criminal backgrounds or people who are in the process of getting their records expunged. So they feel like they leave the summit with hope, you know, and a number of people come up to Clerk Brown and to a number of the people who are there and, thank them profusely for giving them the opportunity for a second chance.
Wow, Gary, this sounds like a really good thing to be able to have this Expungement Summit. Can you give a overview of probably how many years we've been doing this?
Well, as we said before, Joyce, we're really proud to, to inform the community that we've been doing this for 15 years, and we're the only agency in Cook County that is doing this type of work. There are other people who give you information about expungements, and we partner with a number of these agencies to come out and talk about expungements. But the clerk of the circuit court, Ms. Dorothy Brown, her expungement, her annual Expungement Summit is the 15th year in which we've had a full service expungement summit in which we walk the people through expunging their records. We can get them a fee waiver if needed, and we file their expungement or sealing petitions right there on site. So they can leave the Expungement Summit with paperwork being filed. Now, unfortunately, they have to wait 90 days because the state's attorney has 90 days to object. So, but if not, we would have judges expunging, their petitions right there on the scene. But you must wait 90 days. But we still have the only full-service expungement summit that allows people to come in, get their expungements checked to make sure that they are eligible, get the paperwork filed, and get it to a judge if, in fact, they need to have their expungement fees waived.
All right. So prepare. That is what we are stressing to everyone as they go online. And we're going to ask you to note the contact information for the Office of the Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. We're headquartered in location at the Daly Center at 50 West Washington, with other locations around Cook County. Our number is 312-603-5031, and the website is cookcountyclerkofcourt.org. Well, we're almost out of time, and I want to thank Mr. Gary Smith for providing such interesting information about the 2019 Second Chance Expungement Summit and how to prepare if you're an adult. For more information about the Expungement Summit, please visit our website at www.cookcountyclerkofcourt.org or like our Facebook page, Cook County Clerk of Court and Cook County Expungement Summit. You may also call for information about the Expungement Summit at 312-603-5200 or 312-603-4641. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. Please tune in to the Clerk of Court Live next Thursday at 5 p.m. when Mr. Gary Smith is going to come back as the host, and Janice Jackson, the Assistant Chief of Criminal Division, will be the guest. Have a great evening.